Hello guys. Welcome to our channel, Divine Truth Tarot. I am your guide and reader, Sarah. So thank you so much for all of the new subscribers and for all of my loyal subscribers. I'm not going to call you old. That doesn't sound right. But to all of our subscribers, thank you to my moderators. Thank you to anyone who's ever donated to the channel. Whether it be a deck of cards or just a generous donation. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for walking with each other on this journey, as well as walking with me and keeping me sane on my journey. And we're going to be doing a check-in today with the counterparts. I'm just going to start with the Whispers of Love and the Light Seers deck. So if I'm called to pull in another deck, I'm actually going to pull them a little closer, so I will if I need to. But let's go ahead and start with the Whispers of Love. Hope everyone's doing fabulous today. It's a fabulous Tuesday. We are, halfway through September. 3.5 months of 2020 left, so I think there's going to be a lot of shakedowns. And they're claiming that on December 21st, everyone's third eye is going to open, so there will be nowhere to hide. That's going to be an interesting time, and as we go into 2021, so it's like the shakedown is happening in 2020, the shakedowns, the deaths of the ego, the dark nights of the soul on a global level for businesses, corporations, government, politicians, celebrities, as well as our individual experiences. And then 2021, we will see the integration. We will see the rebuilding of humanity. So we're living in these unprecedented times. And I think it's just such a gift to be alive. So give gratitude wherever you can today, to whoever you can, for whatever you can. Okay, so let's go ahead. And for those of you requesting readings, I am booked out now through mid-October, and I will be taking the last week of October off, as I will be doing some traveling again. So I just wanted you guys to know that, and I do get to your emails as quickly as I can. Please do not email me multiple times, because that just kind of sets everyone and everything back that much further. I'm one person, and I have a lot of emails to get to, so I will do my best. This got scratched already. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here. So we have forgiveness and the heart of the matter. Pretty, I feel like the oomph factor here, pretty heavy and powerful. Forgiveness has been coming up pretty often. Interesting. It looks like he's playing a violin. But I could be wrong. It's hard to say. But what I see in this is there's the flame, the one flame, the one soul, and these two different bodies. There's the flame that is still lit. And these are two people with their eyes closed, really going inward. What can I do, or how can I forgive myself and forgive my counterpart? Anything that the counterparts, quote unquote, do to each other is to awaken something in the other. So I'm really getting frustrated with seeing ever more, I guess as the channel grows, ever more comments about narcissists. I will be deleting those, because this is not what this channel is about. A narcissist is not your twin flame. Now, the divine masculines or the divine feminines could exhibit narcissistic qualities, as we all can, as spiritual beings in a human body having a human experience. But to call your twin an actual legit, flat out, full-fledged narcissist is just wrong. And this is not the channel for you if that's what your belief is. So you can find another channel. There's other channels that are going to talk all about that and that are going to put the divine masculines down. And that is not, so this is not your home. This is not your channel. I want to make that really clear. You will just be blocked and banned from the channel. It's as simple as that. I'm just not tolerating those comments. I had 4 comments on the video I posted earlier today, and that person just got blocked and deleted. And this is just, I see it on other channels as well, and so I just sort of want to be the spokesperson for that. Your twin will awaken you, and so they will trigger you, and you will trigger them. And that's why these separations, these temporary, mini separations happen, is, to bring out the awakening, the growth in one another. Soulmates can do that as well. And so I think many people confuse a soulmate for a twin flame. I do think the truth is going to come out pretty vividly and clearly in 2021, where some people will realize they're not actually a twin flame, especially people who are being abused or manipulated. That's not your twin flame. Period. End of story. I don't want to have a discussion about it. It just, that, not at all. There's no resonance there at all. So I think that there's a lot of confusion, a lot of fear energy out there. So I'm going to try to dispel that. And moderators, if you could just help me clean up, the comments on it, whether it's a video post that I do or on the community page. Either way, if you guys could just help me whenever you see a comment like that, you can just block the person, you can ban them, report them, whatever you need to do. Some of the comments are quite nasty. So, I expect the dark to come out as the light shines, as we grow in strength, the 144,000. So I'm expecting that to happen. So let's just get on board and let's shine our light brighter, and we will drive out the dark. And that's how we do it. We don't do it with more darkness, we do it with light. Okay, so enough about that. That being said, there is, this says nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. This is really calling for us, as fall comes, the leaves shed on the trees and everything sort of takes a different flavor and a different color, and your views change, the scenery changes. And so I'm very much feeling like as the masculines go deeper into their healing towards the end of 2020, as karmic situations are brought to a close, and for some of them they will seem abrupt in the 3D, especially if you haven't been in contact with your counterpart. You may come up and say, I've moved, or I've changed jobs, or these big changes have happened in my life, and your masculine may say the same thing. I do feel like we're going to be surprised as a collective. There's going to be things shed, and it's just going to fall away, and it's going to be so much easier. Whereas in the spring or the summer of this year, it may have felt very heavy for the masculines to carry. They may have felt like they had a lot of baggage, and they just didn't feel like they could trudge through the muck anymore. So many of them felt like giving up. Many of them did give up in a sense. But the thing is, you can't give up on this journey. The only way out is through. And so if you give up on the journey, you give up on yourself, and you would be just destitute. You would be completely without abundance and joy and light. You can't live like that. And so the masculines are forced to walk through the darkness. That's what I feel like has happened through most of 2020. As we go into the end of 2020, we're seeing a rebirth and a redefinition, if that's even a word, a redefining, let's say, call it a redefining of the masculine's life. And for the feminine, it's a regrowth, it's a rebirth of your creative self, your creative endeavors and pursuits, what it means to be a feminine. And for many feminines, what I'm finding is this forgiveness is really about yourself first and foremost. Forgiving yourself for not, let's say, giving yourself the life you thought you wanted or you thought you needed. So for some feminines, I've been going through this, and this is very personal, so I'll share a moment of vulnerability. I've been going through this sadness and grief of not having children yet and turning 41 next month, and really feeling like, is my window of opportunity, has that shut? And there's been grief, there's been tears, there's been discussions with friends and family helping me through this. And ultimately, it's about accepting what is. It's about accepting that my path may not have turned out the way I thought it was going to, but that it's turning out exactly the way my soul planned it and exactly the way it needs to happen for me to reach my utmost happiness, abundance, joy. And, those are all things that are my birthright, that are your birthright. So I think for many feminines, you may be feeling like that pull or that desire to have a family or, have children or just get married or, have sort of that 3D life that everyone expects of us. And I think we're all sort of questioning, well, why? Why do I have to have those things? Why can't I have things on my terms in the way that makes me happy? So for some feminines, I see adoption coming into the picture with your counterpart. For other feminines, it'll be you, helping to parent your masculine's children or feminine's children, or, you know, whatever it might be, befriending their children or being a family in a different way. So it may not be that sort of family image that you had thought. It might look different. And I think we're all having to accept that our lives may not have turned out the way we thought we wanted, let's say, or the way we thought we needed them to, but that they're turning out exactly the way they're supposed to. So that could mean different things to different people. I'm just sharing part of my story. And then we have the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. This is beautiful. Look, I didn't even realize we see a child there. So I feel like this is the divine confirming everything I just said, and also confirming that there are children out there for some of us. They're going to come in different form. Spirit babies that are guiding our journeys from above. Some will be birthed into the physical, some may not in this lifetime, but they're always there and they're always connected to us. There's just a veil of illusion separating the 3D from the 5D. And so, you know, the physical is really just, it's a grand illusion. Reality is what we make it. And so think about it, that's why group meditation is so powerful. If we all have this vision and this, we all put the emotion behind it and we all put the energy behind it at the same time, we have the power to shift the vibration of the planet and to change things. I never really understood that until I thought about the science behind it, that energy is really vibration, and vibrationally we are so powerful together that we can literally shift the vibration of our planet and the vibration of humanity. Do you guys know that when people meditate in groups, there's less crime? It's incredible. It is so incredible. It's a widespread phenomenon. So people can be meditating, you know, you're meditating all over the world, coming together. And if you've never tried a group meditation, I highly recommend it. It's very powerful. It's euphoric. There will be tears and laughter together, and it's just an incredible experience, even if it's just done online. And you connect with people from all over the world, and you're doing the grid work as light workers. You're setting the light right into the places where it needs to go. You're spreading the light. I feel like in this card, this is really talking about whatever you think is going on in the 3D. Everything I just said it's not the truth. The truth is in your heart. It's not seen with your two eyes. And it's funny because I feel like I could say this over and over and over, and some people just aren't ready to understand that. And that's okay. We've all been there, and we all have those moments where we revert back to that. And I think it's important to try to really dig yourself out of that hole of thinking that whatever I'm seeing is the only truth. That would be really upsetting, to think that the only thing that's true is what you're seeing with your two eyes. So there's so much more going on than meets the eye. I'm going to look at this one more time. And there are children definitely coming in for some of you in these connections, whether, again, it's adoption, you birth these children, or they are your masculine's children, but they're definitely going to be a part of your life. That's pretty clear. I want to just see what the book says about this, and if it says anything about the child. A beautiful angel watches over a sleeping child while myriad dreams fill her slumber. Sometimes it feels like you are surrounded by far more than you can comprehend. This card is showing you that there is a higher power working on your behalf. You are watched over and loved. A situation will be resolved with time. Yes, beautiful. Okay, so the situation will be resolved in due time, and it likely won't be on our time. Let's see if we have a message from the masculines. A message from the divine masculine to his counterpart, please. Treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. So I feel like this is the masculine saying, you are my entire world. We see the earth here encapsulated in what looks to be like a dewdrop. It could also be interpreted as a teardrop, I suppose. But since it's coming from a flower and a plant, I'm going to call it a dewdrop. And you see this image, you know, it's like, you're my entire world. So there may be a whole world out there, but you're it for me. And this resonates with the message that I received yesterday. You know, I want to do everything on earth with you, feminine. Or I think it was this morning. I don't remember, last night or this morning. I want to do everything on earth with my feminine. So this is really the masculine saying, I love you so much. And they see you as this nurturer. They do see you as the mother of their child. We've got 2 cards here with a child. So children are definitely at the forefront of the masculine's mind. Whether or not they're admitting this doesn't matter. Remember, it's an illusion. We have to really, really understand this. Come December 21st, when everyone's third eye begins to open, it's going to be incredulous, because we're going to feel incredulous. And is this really happening? Are people really seeing things clearly? Is the whole world actually turning to this unity consciousness? Well, yes, it is. It was our destiny. It was our path. And as this happens, we are really called to love each other deeper. And your masculine just wants you to know that he holds you so cautiously and so carefully. My masculine once said to me, many times actually, he said, I'm very careful with you. And I didn't know exactly what that meant. And I didn't ask, because sometimes, I'm sure you guys can relate with your twin, it's enough just to hear the words. And I thought, you know what? I don't need to know exactly what that means. The only thing I need to do is accept what he's saying and accept it with love, and understand that it's tenderness and nurturing and caring, and that they never want to hurt us. I know that for a fact. They never want to. They never want to disappoint us. They never want to hurt us. They always want to make us happy. That's the only thing that matters to them. And so that's why sometimes separation will happen, because your masculine convinces himself or herself that you're better off without them, and that you'll be happier without them. And so that's definitely something that the masculine sort of go through, a phase, or just kind of a chapter that they may need to sort through and work through in terms of self-worth. So let's take a look at, let's get another message actually from the masculines to the feminines. Act as if your partner is here. So acting as if to bring it into your reality. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are already with you, so you will always consider them. We've talked about this before. Cleaning out of space in your closet, having matching his and her towels, robes, you know, buying their favorite cologne. You could even buy a card, write them the card without sending it. And of course, you'll give it to them one day when you come into reunion or union. But things like that, speaking as if they're already there. Don't speak about their absence, speak about their presence. So I'm going to say that one more time. Don't speak about their absence, speak about their presence in your life. And as you speak about their presence, you're inviting their presence in a deeper way into your life. You don't want to affirm what you don't want. We want to affirm what we do want. So I think this is beautiful. You see a dancing couple here, sort of dancing on the wings of love. And isn't there a song, dancing something about the wings of love? An 80s song? Let me know if you guys think of that song. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm curious now. Something on the wings of love. And the wings of love. Like, I have the tune in my head. It's definitely a song. So that's the song. Maybe, yes, okay, they're saying, yes, that's a channeled message for some of you. Some of you are going to resonate with that song. Others won't, but it's from the masculines to the feminines. They want you to act as if they're already there. That's going to actually draw them in. Now, unions are going to start to happen in December, and they will continue from there. They will just continue. It will just be sort of like a domino effect. Ooh, another message from the masculines, please. I love you. So the feminine said this to the masculines yesterday, and now we have the masculines saying it back to the feminines. It's sort of like reverberating back and forth in my readings. The feminine says it one reading, the masculine says it in the other. So thank you, masculines, reminding your feminine that you love her. How about a message from the feminines to the masculines? Spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Yes, you recognize each other from past lives. If you can see, they've danced in other lifetimes before. And it's that one look, and you have that consciousness, that you have that connection through your third eye that says, I recognize you and I remember you. So the feminine saying back to the masculine, I recognize you, I remember you, I know who you are. Another message from the feminine to the masculine. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. So this is the 5 love languages. One of them is acts of love or acts of service. So this is acts of service. So the feminine says, the feminine, this is really coming up clearly. The feminine is very grounded in the 3D at this time as the masculine ascends in the 5D. And that's coming up as a theme in a lot of my personal readings as well. And what I see happening is, what I feel is happening rather, is that the feminine's really sort of getting antsy to see a movement in the physical. The feminine's like, I want to see this come through in my physical. I want to be shown this love that I feel. And you can't really blame her, right? I mean, she's been really patient. The masculine goes through a lot. The feminine deserves credit because the feminine goes through a lot as well. So let's skedaddle over to the Light Seers deck and find out. Those are some really beautiful messages, especially after this morning's pretty heavy, dense message. I'm happy to see. I could feel that a lighter message wanted to come through because my energy lifted today again. It's amazing how, and I don't mean, let me choose my words wisely. It's amazing how up and down this journey feels, because one day you feel great, and then 5 hours later you feel like you're dying, and then you feel great, and then the next day you can't get out of bed. It's like, and what is it? Am I sick? Is it physical ascension? Is this my counterparts stuff? Am I feeling the collective stuff? Collective twin flame, collective of the world? You don't even know anymore. It's like dark nights of the soul, check. Ego death, check. Collective stuff, check. Your masculine stuff, check. And it's never ending. It's never ending. Okay. So let's check in with the union energy here. I like it. Interesting. So we are going to start off with, sorry guys, I just have an itch. We're going to start off with the Queen of Cups. And we'll look at the 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. I like these. These feel very adventurous. 2 of Wands, let's talk about that actually. 2 of Wands talks about travel, discover, adventure, exploration. Okay, this can be Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, fire energy, lots of passion, a lot of passion, and kind of figuring out where to go next. So this comes up, and I always feel like travel. This is my travel card for the twins. This says to me, there's going to be, if you guys live at a distance from each other, there's going to be traveling to see one another. And it's going to happen soon because it's the wand energy of passion. And I want this to happen. The masculine says, I'm tired of being apart from you. And the masculine sees you as the Queen of Cups, and yet the masculines are really ascending at this time quite rapidly. They're shifting. They're going through an extreme transformation. Many masculines, I don't talk about this a lot on my channel, but many masculines have gone through not only ego deaths and dark nights of the soul recently or throughout the entire year, with little mini breaks in between. Their growth is exponential compared to ours. We took, some of us, decades, years to really ascend and grow. The masculines are doing it pretty much in 2020. It started in 2019, but it's really catapulting in 2020. And so they're doing this really rapidly. They're going through a lot, and they're changing, and they're being forced to change their physical lives very fast. So we've got to give them credit for that. We've got to give them a lot of credit for that. So the masculines have also been experiencing spiritual warfare, and that's why a lot of the feminines have felt really tired, really fatigued, exhausted, angry, fearful, feeling like this connection's never going to happen, union's never going to happen. Did I make this up? All of these fears and doubts, a lot of that has been the spiritual warfare that you're transmuting, or transmuted rather, for your masculine, so that it gave them the push to really step out of that darkness and step out of that, essentially an attack that was happening on some of the masculines. Now, when you see the Four of Pentacles, this is about being grateful for what you have and knowing that you can create your own worth and your own abundance. There's an air of entrepreneurship to me in this card. And this is about the masculines are saying, I'm building my life. Now, the feminines are doing the same thing. So this is my mirror card here in the union energy, because the feminines are very much building their abundance, and many of the feminines are saving, you're investing. Investing can look like different things. It may not be investing in, bonds or stocks. It might be investing in yourself with classes, with courses, online training, another degree. Excuse me. It may also be the feminines investing in their business, building a website or making changes to the website, upgrades. There's different ways that the feminine can invest in herself, but being grateful for what it is that you've been able to achieve. And this is definitely a time to sort of rest and just take stock of how far you've come. And I feel like both counterparts are doing that. So the masculines are continuing to build. The masculines are still masculine energy, guys. They're going to want to have something tangible to offer you in the 3D. So while you may say, I don't care about that, and I said those exact words to my masculine, I don't care about the money, I don't care about the nice hotels and traveling. I mean, I care that I enjoy those things, but that's not what's most important. I once said to him, you could come to me totally empty-handed with a shirt on your back, and that would be enough for me. And I meant it. And I don't think he believed me. Maybe, let me say this. I don't think his 3D self knew how to interpret that or take that, because for a lot of these masculines who are very successful, they're used to women sort of expecting things from them. They're used to women who have gone after them for the wrong reasons, who have used them in a sense. And they've gotten used to that and called it love, not realizing that that's not love at all. That's not love at all. It's not even close to love. So the feminines are, the feminines have changed the perspective of the masculines. The feminines have changed the life of the masculine. And the masculine does appreciate the feminine very much. This is coming through very strongly, just an intuitive hit of guidance here from my guides and my higher self. The masculines are very grateful. There's definitely this card, a lot of gratitude here. The masculines sort of looking back saying, look at the foundation I've built with my feminine, that even though we've been in separation, or even though we've been in maybe sparse communication because of COVID, or even though this, or even though that, I still love her or him so much. There's still so much there in my heart. There's still so much there for us to build on. And they're just sort of in awe of you and who you are as a person and what you mean to them. And I really feel like a lot of gratitude. And the feminine's gratitude is really coming from the place of, I'm so grateful for the growth that this connection has allowed me to have. I'm so grateful for the experiences, for the lessons, for what this has taught me, for the independence that I've gained on this journey, being able to really support myself, provide for myself, including my own abundance and happiness, not just being able to stand on your own 2 feet. That means lots of different things. So the feminine and the masculine feeling very grateful for one another today. And it's kind of like, it's interesting, this card, because you see sort of hands off. It's the energy of sort of being in the flow with the cups energy of Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So we have earth, fire, and water energy here. The only thing we're missing is air. So we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, the Queen of Cups. But yeah, she's in the flow. The bottom half of her is immersed in the water, and she's unaffected, and the fish are swimming by, and coexisting with her, and her crown is sitting up here, and she's just sort of, I'm ready to be crowned. I'm ready to be honored as who I am and what I am. I know my worth, but there's a humbleness about her too. There's a humbleness in this card that really speaks to the feminine's ability to affect and impact so many people's lives and still sit back and always feel like she could be doing more, giving more. So just be mindful of how much you're giving out, feminines. But your masculine really sees you in his soft light at this time. As I was looking at the bottom of the deck, I saw the 10 of Pentacles, which is my favorite card. It's my favorite card right now. That may change at some point in time, but this indicates earthly abundance, happiness, joy, fulfillment. It's the happily ever after, but it's with the additions. It's with the bonuses of having learned your lessons, having, fulfilled your mission, having found a partner that truly understands, that wants the same things as you. Just the joy of everyday life, the in and the out everyday life. You've got the dog, you've got the children, you've got the joy and the happiness, you've got the shared energy, you've got the money flowing in. It's like effortless. It's effortless happiness, effortless balance, effortless partnership. And this is what the twins represent at their core is, yes, we have issues. Yes, we have inner child wounds. Yes, we came here to learn lessons and to uplift humanity. But at the core, at the end of the day, both of you can sit back and look at one another with that gleam of just utter devotion, unconditional love, joy, and just, it's this satiation that you can only feel and experience with your masculine, just being satisfied to the core. And it goes so much more beyond the sexual. And I think for a lot of twins right now, you may have felt maybe initially just that fire and that sexual connection. And many of you might have questioned, oh, was it, because I've had clients ask me this, is it just, was it just sex? Was it just superficial? This connection, if it's a real twin flame connection, a true twin flame connection, is so much more than that. But oftentimes that's how you'll connect and go deeper and trigger each other and heal, is through the lovemaking. And, it's so interesting because making love with your twin it's the merging, it's the true merging of souls, which you can't do in that way with anyone else. You can only merge with your twin. I mean, you can have soulmates and you can feel very close to them and you can experience incredible things with soulmates. I've had soulmates, but nothing compares to the oneness that you feel with your twin, the comfort that you feel with your twin. Just, it's looking into your own eyes, and it's just this experience that sort of just makes you go, is this real? What planet are we on? And what dimension are we in? And, how did I get so lucky to be in this situation with the love of my life, looking into my own eyes and another person's body, experiencing what they experience? And if you can really understand that your twin is in essence you walking around in another body, having different experiences, needing to have those experiences, needing to learn those experiences, that's when everything really comes full circle and you can really come back to that place of unconditional love. They're not doing any of this to hurt you. They're doing this to learn. And they're doing this to, to learn the lessons from the different souls that they're in contact with. And they really want the best outcome for everyone. So if you can also, feminines, pray for the highest outcome for all involved, including any children, including any karmic partners, including family, including just everyone, you're going to receive such a blessing of abundance, because when you can accept everything for what it is without trying to change anything, that's the irony, is that's when everything changes. When we're constantly pushing against the universe and wanting things our way and push, that's when the universe pushes back and says, nope. Nope. Clearly there's more lessons to learn there. She can't go with the flow. She can't surrender. He can't surrender. We're going to keep them in this place for a little bit longer until they can just surrender. So I'm feeling definitely the energy of surrender, the energy of unconditional love, pure, deep gratitude for one another, definitely the longing to come together in the physical, and the promise of union. Wishing you guys a blessed day, a magical day wherever you are. Give me a shout out in the comments below. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you've got the bell icon hit to receive all notifications for whenever I post a video or go live. Sending you guys lots of love. And I am planning on doing a live video at some point here in the next few weeks where I will be doing personal readings. So I will post in the community tab and I will let you guys know when that will be so that you can be prepared. I'll try to make it a somewhat central time. I know I have the majority of my people in Australia or the US. That's what it seems like. So I'm going, which are two completely different times, 12 hours apart. But that could work because if I were to do, let's say 9 a.m., it would be 9 a.m. somewhere and 9 p.m. somewhere else. So I'm going to try to make it a time and a day that's good for everyone, but I'll do my best. That's the best I can do, always. I'll do my best. Sending you guys so much love.